Hi everyone, I know that I haven't recorded in a while, so I figured I'd just give you guys a quick sneak peek at the pieces that I've done. I'm gonna glue Franklin together real quick with you guys just so you can see. A reminder again, since everybody said that they have this file or they're gonna get it, just to kind of help. Here's the first piece. I haven't decided if I'm gonna leave this end free or not, and I'll show you what this cord is, but the glitter here is going to be Nuvo paste. Which is right here. Nuvo Glimmer paste is what it is. And I just kind of took a paintbrush and filled it in everywhere just to give it some dimension. And as far as the shading, I used Tim Holtz Distress ink for that piece. Here's the title. Hooked on Fishing. Hold on one moment. I'm gonna bag this as I go because I like to lose pieces. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Okay, so this is just the title, and I added Nuvo drops just to the letters. And there goes the start of Bye Bye Pieces. Okay, now that I got that done, here's the little guy that I just finished up today. There we go. Sorry, it's still drying. Nuvo drops just as accents on the fish. And I just inked all the pieces. And I will show you guys how I attach the fishing line. It's actually very easy. I wanted to use something thicker than the paper. The pattern does have paper that you can cut out for the fishing line, but it just wasn't for me. You guys know I'm extra. Let's just not even go there. Here's the next piece. And for the boat does not look like this. The boat does not have the lines. What I did is I cut two of the base pieces out of the boat, and then I actually cut it, inked the edges, and glued it onto the second piece that I cut out, just for some extra dimension. I still have to do Mr. Fishy, but everything was drying. I still have to add my little drops to the water and highlights and whatnot on the boat, some chalk. And then here is the first piece that I actually posted. These are the pieces I'm going to add to the other water. My furry little piece here. And I think that's it so far. So we're gonna glue this guy together real quick. I've already put most of him together, and I know in other videos, oh boy, that was stuck to my finger. I know in other videos I've told you guys about some of the supplies I use and the must-haves. I pulled the label off, sorry, of my little bottle. But my big bottle is Cosmic Shimmer Flake and Glitter Glue. Now this gives me a sticky base. That way I can attach my line, which I got from Hobby Lobby. And I actually saved the wrapper this time. Nylon thread number 2. So that is the sizing. That way you guys have it if you want to go that route. But I did get it at Hobby Lobby, and I went through a couple different cords and pieces, strings, monofilament, just to kind of see what looked best, and I found that that is actually the best, and it is durable. It's not gonna fray and all that other happy stuff when it swings or moves, because if you guys are like me, it stays in cellophane until you guys are ready to use it. till I'm ready to use it. Okay, so now in other videos, I've showed you guys what I do with Franklin. I basically trim the legs at the top here. Once I line them up, I just lay the body down and I lift it up a little bit and I trace right under it and I cut that part off, and then I trace where it goes just to help me with gluing. And that's because I noticed the legs cross, and then right here you have a bulge. And with me, because I stack so many pieces up, just the weight makes the bulge more noticeable, and I honestly don't think Franklin should have a bulge. So I already trimmed down my left and my right leg and trace where it's going to go. That way then I just glue it and stick it right down. I don't have to worry about sliding it and moving it, because I've already put all of my markers, my pencil markings, where it's going to go. I've already inked it all. The color that I use for Franklin, and it's just me, you guys can use the color that you'd like, whatever more comfortable, or you guys don't know what to use. This is taupe, and it is from Hobby Lobby, and I inked the edges with Sandcastle by Catherine Pooler. That's just the color that I found where the detail's a little more prominent. He's not too dark and he's not too light. For the muzzle, that is Frappuccino. I probably need to look, because that doesn't come from Hobby Lobby. They do have the color though, but I don't know what their color is called. It's just the next one underneath the taupe. Luckily with Hobby Lobby, for the textured paper, they only have 4 shades of brown. Excuse me. And for the Frappuccino for the muzzle, coordinations. And the reason I'm showing this bear is going to be number 4 from the Franklin Goes Fishing. I did not like the arm that came with it, which was this one. It just seemed really off to me. That's just me. So what I did is I cut a second arm, same direction, nothing special. That way we could just have a little bit more wiggle room with the arm. Now, Franklin goes together really quick once you ink all the accessories and finish all the happy fun stuff up. I'm a little bit away from my camera just because I don't want to adjust it again, and I zoomed in, so sorry about picking up the pieces just to make sure my edges are as lined up as they're going to be, because everybody knows art glitter glue, no forgiveness. I have this stuff, Barely Art. I've used art glitter glue for so long, it's just gonna take some time for me to be able to transition into using both, where it doesn't matter which one. But art glitter glue dries a lot faster than the Barely Art, I've noticed. So I would not use art glitter glue if you're new to paper piecing, because once it's down for good. You're not gonna have any wiggle room to move it, slide it, change it. But it's up to you. Some people use beacons, which I used to, but when I take a break from scrapbooking, because you can get burnt out, or I just don't want to do it. The weather has me where I want to stay on the couch under a blanket, and then we go do things as a family. I noticed that it sits on the bottom of the bottle and it doesn't want to move. So I just kind of left it alone for a while until I want to give it a go. But it's so expensive, $8 a bottle, and the bottles don't last that long. But I will say, for my bigger pieces like photo mats, that's definitely my go-to. That's how I found out the bottle I had was not clumpy, but it just wasn't very smooth and liquidy. It really had to be squished out of the bottle. So here is Franklin. I went ahead and I have most of the pieces together. That was just to make the video as short as I could, and I don't mind doing pieces with you guys. Just let me know. I love putting stuff together, and you guys can always leave your pictures in the comments. I reply to almost every single comment. I do see them. Sometimes it might take me a few days, but I definitely do read through them just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Now, as far as the little beads, they are in the post with this guy in it. It is one of the replies. I did put the link. You get 1,400 of them from Amazon, and there's different sizes. You have small, medium, and large, and then some broken ones. So these are the well, here's the large and the medium. And then the small is super tiny right there. I love these things just because they actually are very durable with mailing. Also the scrapbooks, they don't get flattened by the pages if you have heavy scrapbooks, which I know a lot of us do. This morning I dumped the bottle all over the floor. That's why all my pieces aren't posted, is I was having a rough start to the day with my hands. I drug my hand across all of my Nuvo drops and had to redo a piece. And then I decided to dump this jar all over the carpet, and I have brown carpet, which does not help. And they're clear. Talk about a double-edged sword. So instead of crying, I grabbed my flashlight, yelled for my daughter to come help me, which sometimes you guys will hear me yell, Brianna. I know that was pointed out to me, and all I did was kind of chuckle. Here's his little tackle box handle. But I try to let you guys see some of the stuff I use just for inspiration. You guys don't have to use the materials I use, and my brain is never simple. Now, I always want to call them bobtails. I think they're cattails. Is that what I don't remember, honestly. Forgive me. I'll look it up afterwards. But this brown fuzzy thing, cattail. This is mulberry paper. Got it off of eBay. If you guys, and it's actually a charity that goes to the blind. So if you guys need the eBay link, let me know, because I have the card up there, but it's saved in my cart for future purchases. But it's all handmade, and all of their money, the proceeds, go to the blind community and the visually impaired, almost like the Lions Club. Being a nurse, I actually worked for the doctor that runs the Lions Club. Had never heard about it, and he donates all of his time, of course, his free time there, and the doctors donate their time for the most part. Your donated glasses. Once you're done with glasses, if you're vision impaired like me, I will show you what I mean. I was not needing glasses when I was younger. I got hit in the head, my eyes swelled up, and then I told my mom I couldn't see. My vision was blurry. Now, how do I compare? Let's see. My glasses are very, very thick. But once I get new glasses, you just call Lions Club and they will mail you a package for you to put your glasses in a box with postage paid. And what they do is they reuse your glasses. They clean up your lenses, they clean up the frames, and they give them to people that can't afford glasses. Most people don't know that. All right, so this is going to be bear number 4. And what I did is I ran my nylon through there and I knotted it. And then I trimmed it. And this is on the hook with the little wormy. I have not put his face on yet. I'll do that later. So I found with this, I've already put on my shimmer here. It's already there. Doesn't come off, but it gives you a nice grip to work with. And what I'm gonna do is put it down here. Sorry I'm working on such a dark mat, but what happened was with the rough morning, I needed the magnets to kind of help me. So after I stick my string on there, I use my mono liquid glue by Tombow, same as my fine tip eraser. And all I do is I just go over the back and the nylon string. That way it gives it a reinforcement. And that's the wrong lid. Thank goodness you guys can't see what I'm doing. I tried to put this in this. Oh boy, that'll teach me. Okay, so we're gonna put this aside to dry because I don't need it right now. And we're gonna let him hold his pail. So I'm just kind of trying to eyeball placement here. We're gonna go behind here. Yes. I'm just trying to figure out where I want it. And his hand. Maybe that's why that arm is that way, but we'll go lower then. There we go. The arm that came with it, it's a little short for me, and I was having some issues, and I wasn't sure. When you turn it a little bit, the edges were uneven, and that's where I was struggling. So I guess we'll just use that one. That's fine. Now this one, I do glue the whole thing, but generally I don't glue the whole arm down. And I'll show you why on the piece. Let me just grab it back up when I'm done with this piece here. And I've showed you guys this tool a million times. I love it. And it's gonna be one of those days. Yes, but I'm still going. All right, and this is why it's taken me so long today to do the most simple stuff. I've dropped everything. Today is just a frustrating day, but I can't sleep. I'm still sitting up, so I figured why not make a video. And we will put this here and glue his hand down. I should have shaded his feet first. My fault, but live and learn. Okay, how do I make up for that? I'm going to use a flat brush instead of my round one for his feet to get under there. That way I don't need it that dark. There, now you can't tell. Perfect. This is another makeup brush. It's just I don't wear makeup, so I don't know what this brush is called. Now you guys can see me as a hot mess. And this is a makeup brush. It all came in the same pack. We got them at Sephora? Crease? Lid? I don't know. But I know they're for the eyes. Marjorie laughs at me half the time with some of the stuff I say. I had confused two of the girls. I didn't know that one was one person and one was the other, and I thought it was the person who I thought it was, and I said, "You're not her, but you're you," and it just had me kind of shocked that the whole time I had been thinking that it was a different person. But I had seen her name for years now, and just, I don't know, my brain was on overload. Okay, so now with this back arm, what we're going to do is glue it down. And I kind of know where to glue just because I've done this for so long. See, look at that. Okay. Now these are the best thing in the world. They are silicone tipped. I've put them in links, but these help get the glue out of the cracks when sometimes you have a little too much and you don't dab it off. Got them from Joann's. They're by Imagine Crafts. And I believe they're called the Fantastics. It's Imagine Crafts, and they're the Fantastics is what these are called. And these are the brush sticks. These are what I use to put on the blush, to do the cheeks. I put those in my video as well because it evenly applies it. It gets it in the paper very, very well. Where it's an even distribution of color and it's not just concentrated in one area versus the other. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys the cheat with the mouth. And I'm rambling on because I'm tired. I'm frustrated with how my hands have been working today. So don't mind me. I apologize. This is just a nice durable piece of acetate right here. And I drew the happy face on it so I could find it when it's on my desk, because if not, I have to move all around looking for the glare. But with my trimmers, eyelash stamp and acetate. And that is how we get our mouth on. And then I use the fine tip micron pen, which is a 005. That's the number on it. Just that way it's not too bold. And it's the 005, which is a 0.20. Is that going to focus? Let's see. No, it's okay. Now we're going to give him his fishing pole. It's going to go behind his head on his hand. And here is where I stuck the bottom because I thought it was going to be a complete string like the other ones. And that's why it's sticking to my finger. So I want to get it just right and then pull it over. And then I'm just going to glue it, that way it doesn't wiggle all around and it stays, so that way the tip doesn't bend. Now the other thing is these are fine line applicator, also Amazon. And you guys can just ask for the links because they're all in my quick orders. I use 18 gauge precision applicators. I bought a few bags of them because I love them, and each one has a different glue in it. Why is this not turning? There we go. I have a bunch of tools on my desk, and so I do use a lot of different glues. This is Art Glitter Glue. I just know because I didn't label it, and that seems to be my go-to. This one I use a lot. This is my third bottle. It's Nouveau Deluxe Adhesive Clear Drying Craft Glue. Works great. It's a little thicker, not so liquidy, so if you have super tiny pieces, I normally put a dot here, use my tweezers, pull my piece through it, or tap it, and then tap the excess off, and then I put it down. And when you put your piece down, it doesn't have the ring around it. That's one thing I like about this. Now this is the Barely Art. I wrote on it, that way I knew, and I did it in green. And then this was a piece made for me by one of my followers. If you guys know what I'm going through. That meant a lot to me. Sorry. Okay. So, didn't mean for that to happen. I'm gonna glue the hand on. And Franklin is done. Wow. I didn't know that was gonna hit me that hard. Okay. So my biopsy needs to be redone. They didn't get it all, so I go in March 3rd. I actually had early breast cancer at 25 and I'm now 42. And I just want to thank everybody. It means a lot to me that even if I need a shoulder, well, a text or, you know, a phone call, that I have a lot of you guys that message me and kind of pick me up when I feel like I just am at a standstill. Okay. So with all the glues, the other one that I found for super tiny pieces is Lawn Fawn. It's called Glue Tube. And that one is because I actually will use, I have Copic markers. I have a lot of Copic markers. I have a lot of alcohol markers. A lot of alcohol markers, and I love to stamp and use my alcohol markers on little pieces. I don't know where any are offhand because they're all in a container. I started this one, but I just like to throw these on little cards and play around with my Copics and blend. And